Go ahead.
Hello, 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 and welcome to the Tonya Johnson Show. I am your host, Tonya Johnson. We are here for some real talk, real life with the one, the only, my very special guest, Mr. Larry Cothran. Hey, Larry.
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much. How you doing? Long time no see.
Yeah, man, long time no see.
Ain't God good?
He is. He's very well.
Very well. He's well.
He has touched me.
He has touched you.
Yeah. He's touched me. Oh, he's touched me.
I like that.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could sing.
Well, I do a little bit. Well, I do a few, impersonations, To touch the feeling, the fabric of my life. Aaron Neville.
Aaron Neville.
I do a couple of more too. I don't know.
Is that the event?
Nah.
Who is that?
Louis Armstrong. What did he say? I forgot what he said. I done messed up my train of thought.
It's okay.
But if I was doing something, if I had to change a song that he was doing, lullaby in Berlin, that's what I always hear when you cry.
Y'all heard it here first, folks. Mr. Louis Armstrong just came back from the grave and gave us a rendition of something. And it's not DMX, it's Louis. And there's DMX. He's here with us too. Hey, you so stupid.
Sound like deliverance in the church, don't it?
Yeah, it is. Come out! Hallelujah. So, Larry.
Yeah.
Okay, we know that you're funny.
Yeah.
We know that you are very, very famous nowadays on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Y'all, this man has so many views on every platform. It ain't funny. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
The man that you are is just like so heartwarming to our city. He's from here, y'all, Rome, Georgia. He's from Rome, Georgia.
Yeah.
And he's came a mighty long way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we're going to dive into tonight. We're going to talk about, let's just start really with your humble beginnings. Like,
Yeah.
Tell us how you grew up.
All right, so growing up was real tough for me. Growing up, I grew up in the church. Everybody knew me as, church boy. Even though I was, might have been off the chain a little bit or whatever. But a lot of people knew me as, hey, this is Larry the church guy. Mm-hmm. But with being Larry the church guy, I had a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that a lot of people didn't even know. Most people didn't even know about. And I wrote a book about this too. It's called More Than a Conqueror. Yeah, I wrote a book about this called More Than a Conqueror. You can get it on Amazon. But even with me growing up, like as young as I can remember, one of the main things that I like, even from preschool, the first thing that comes into my mind is me getting molested.
Okay.
By a woman. I liked it, but I'm just saying that's like my first horrific memory. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of set the tone for everything else going forward. I mean, cause the way I seen things, the way I view women, the way I view people that was around me, it was crazy because that one thing, that's one of the first things I remember. But that one thing right there set my course just crazy. It's like you're searching for something, going, and you never can, you can never attain that prize. You can never hit the target. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I chased after that, just chasing until I was like 16 years old.
What exactly do you mean when you say you were chasing after that? After what? Like what was it?
After lust. After trying to fulfill a feeling. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it did to you. Okay.
And so it just planted that seed, and it caused me to look at things like real crazy. You know, it like in a perverted view. Yeah. So everything I'm looking at is perverted. Where one thing should be this way, one thing should be that way. Everything was perverted, and then I had a horrible, like it was just traumatizing the way I grew up because, like like I talk about this in the book. I talk about how, I had an addiction to pornography, had this addiction to lying, because I didn't see myself as being whole. I seen myself like I had to prove something to somebody, you know what I'm saying? Because my dad would tell me, like, boy, you sure you my son? Why you crying? Why you crying? You know what I'm saying?
And didn't know you were traumatized.
Yeah, didn't know I was traumatized from the stuff that he was doing. You know what I'm saying? And so some of I see, like when I go to these schools, when I go to alternative school, when I go to any school, and I start telling my story, and I say, you know what? One of the first things I do to get people's attention is I may hit them with either one or two things. I may start off and say, you know what? I hate white people.
Oh, wow.
I may start off saying that right there. And they be like, what? Why is he here? And then I turn around and say, that was what I was saying in the 7th grade when I got kicked out of school.
Wow.
I hate white people. That's the first thing I hate white people. You know what I'm saying? Or I come at them and say this right here. Say, I've seen my mom and my dad both try to commit suicide.
You have been through hell and back.
I have.
But where did that come from, the hate of the white people? Because you got kicked out of school in 7th grade?
No, because the hatred comes from in the house and around the community where people say, man, the white man got his foot on your neck, and white people ain't trying to do nothing for you.
That's instilled in us.
Yeah. People, that's all they say. Man, white people, man, they gonna try to hold you back, man.
Sometimes it ain't them. It's us.
It's us. It's our mindset.
It's our mindset.
Yeah.
So now you don't hate white people.
No, I don't. I love them.
You love everybody.
I love everybody.
Okay.
I love Hispanics. I love Asians. I love white people.
Every ethnicity.
Every ethnicity. That's a big word right there. Ethnicity. Every ethnicity. I love them. And so, with all the trauma that I had going on, it kind of led me to the point to where there was no regard for the law. And so by the time I was 12, I had 2 felonies. And then when I got kicked out of school in the 7th grade. But let's go back to the 4th grade. Okay. Or we can go back to the 3rd grade.
Wherever you want to take.
We'll go back to the 4th grade when I started selling weed.
In 4th grade?
In 4th grade. In Rome, Georgia. And the guy who put me on, his name was... I'm not going to say it.
Don't say it. we snitching and getting stitching over here.
Yeah, I ain't going to say it.
But he was selling weed in 4th grade.
Yeah, in 4th grade. So doing that in the 4th grade. Now, remind you now, I'm going to church every single Sunday. I didn't miss a Sunday of church until I went to college.
Wow.
Never missed a Sunday of church.
No matter what was going on.
No matter what was going on.
You sat in the house of the Lord.
I was sitting in the house of the Lord playing the drums.
Sure was.
Okay, so in 4th grade, I'm selling weed. 5th grade, selling weed, and then in 6th grade was selling weed as well. When I got to the 7th grade, that's when I got kicked out of school because I bought a weapon to school. Had to go to alternative school down there. That's when it was Georgia School for the Deaf.
Yep.
And didn't nobody come speak to us. That's why I have a heart to go speak to people and speak to young people in situations like that, because I know that ain't nobody coming to speak to you. They done wrote you off already because you're in alternative school.
They wrote you off.
And so
I come to save you.
Yeah. And so I got kicked out of school 7th grade, had to repeat the 7th grade. Let me tell you, this is crazy. When I went back, see, in 7th grade, that's when I met you. I met you the first time in the 7th grade.
Yeah.
When I went back, I was like looking like, man, where's my name? I don't see my name on the 8th grade roster. They said,
me neither. That's how I ended up in class with you, because I didn't see my name neither. We was in Miss Jones' class. Y'all remember Miss Jones turned the math and wrote middle. Honey, we acting such a fooling now.
Yeah.
And look at us. Look at us now.
I know it.
Oh, it's such a beautiful thing. We are definitely conquerors.
Yeah, conquerors. That's the name of my book, More Than Conquerors.
We definitely, because who would have thought it? We come from the projects. We come from molestation. We come from drug dealing. Me and you have similar pasts, believe it or not.
Yeah.
We have similar pasts, and probably many of us who grew up in that area probably have about the same background. Who knows?
Yep.
But I know me and you have a similar background. So, like, what propelled you to just become this breakout star that you are now?
Well, what propelled me to become that? I would say it's a few things. Number one was when I turned 16. When I turned 16, I had a lot of stuff going on, but at that time, I had been playing for this choir called AAJ, All About Jesus.
Okay.
So I was playing for this choir, playing the drums for them. I had been playing for them since August because my cousin had reached out to me and said, "Hey man, it's this college choir. I want to know if you want to play for them." Back then, they were just at Floyd College. And so I was like, shoot, yeah, I want to do. And I was like, man, you know, the Lord know how to get your attention and pull you out of some stuff. And so I just stopped doing stuff. And, you know, when I was playing, I hadn't even given my life to Christ yet. I was just changing my direction, you know, and stopped selling dope and you know, stopped having sex. And then in March 28, 1998, that's when I gave my life to Christ.
Hallelujah.
And I was in the 9th grade.
Wow.
And that's the start of what propelled me to be who I am now, because I had a great mentor. You know, I had a guy, I wanted to be like him. He was older than me, and he was like my mentor, and he was like a father figure too. And so had him, and he would get on to me. He would you know, steer me in the right direction.
He saw something great in you that you didn't even see yourself.
And I used to hate it because even when I was in high school, it used to be like I was playing the drums. That's what I'm here to do at the choir, okay? He'll stop practice and be like, "Hey, next week I want y'all to come and say these speeches." Nigga, what? Say a speech.
Like, is it Easter?
Is it Easter?
And it wasn't even Easter.
It wasn't even Easter.
And what was this speech about? No, like what
anything. It's a speech about anything. He's just giving out papers. Hey, I need you to memorize this. Say this. I'm not up here to be no motivational speaker. I'm here to play the drum.
But you didn't know God was working.
I didn't know God was working.
He was in control.
And he was pulling. And see, you know, when you have leaders and stuff, and when you have mentors, they'll pull stuff out of you that you don't even know you got in yourself.
You don't even know.
Yeah. And so that's what he was doing. I didn't realize it at the time because, man, even when because I did right now, a lot of the world is being able to see me, but I've been a breakout star.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was a breakout star.
They know that.
Yeah.
But they don't know that.
Yeah, yeah.
They didn't know.
Yeah.
They don't know now. And they don't know they read that book too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because, man, when I was in, like when I changed my life, when I started changing people I was hanging around, the stuff I was doing and stuff, that was in the 9th grade. You know, and then he was giving us these speeches and stuff. We in high school, he giving us speeches and stuff. I'm like, man, this is crazy. Why are you giving me this speech? And
there's
then when
always a purpose.
Yeah, it was with a purpose. And I found out why when I was in college. Because somebody came up to me and was like, man, you know, the Lord. No, he actually told me. He was like, he said, I'm gonna pray for you, and I'm gonna pray that God gives you favor, and pray that God give you I forgot the name of the word. I done forgot the name of the word, but it's kind of like influence, some type of influence or something like that right there.
Wow.
And I was like, yeah, okay.
He spoken into existence.
He spoken into existence. And so charisma. He said, I'm going to pray for charisma for you. So that when you go down to school at Jacksonville State, he said, when you go down to Jacksonville State, you know, you're going to be able to pull people and stuff like that. Now, I had already been to the place where I'm just leading people to Christ and stuff like that. And I would do it like when everybody else wasn't doing it. You know what I'm saying? I would go out in the middle of the night. I would stay up late. I walk in the projects in Reservoir now. And people be like, hey, just put your stuff up. Larry, this ain't, or they be like, Larry, this ain't a good time for you to be in here right now. Or they let me come in there and I come in there and start talking about Jesus stuff. You know what I'm saying? So,
you saved some souls though.
Yeah.
You helped save souls.
Yeah. The Lord used me to do that, man.
He sure did.
It was crazy because even in college, like I started like, it was like, let's say like it's me and you sitting right here. It was me and my roommate in college, okay?
Wow.
Me and my roommate in college, And I said, you know what? Jesus like to show out. Let's open up the door and have Bible study. So people started asking questions. So that thing grew to about 60 to 70 people every Tuesday night. You see what I'm saying?
Look at God.
In a dorm.
Look at God.
At 8 o'clock.
Wow.
You know?
You had a big influence over a lot of people, and you still do. And I'm like so encouraged because you use your platform as positivity.
Yeah.
There's no negativity on your platform.
Right.
And usually that don't sell, and that don't get an audience. A lot of times it just does not.
It really
but
don't.
Somehow you found comedy in the Lord, comedy in trucking, comedy in life, and you put all that together, and you are Larry Cothran, the one and only superstar to me. He's a superstar to me. Do you hear me? This is an honor. This is a privilege to have you here. Yeah. This is not some. To me, it's not random. I think it's the Lord. Because I think that the platform that I am standing on right now is my beginnings, and you have been where I'm at now. You have already been there, done that, and you have excelled where I'm at now. And I just feel like you were brought into my life to help me do that. Yeah. In your own way, in God's own way. And it ain't nothing but God. Like, this man reached out to me and was like, I'm going to be on your show. And it stopped my heart. Yeah. Because I was like, I know Larry, and I know Larry from back in the day when we was younger. He was talking about the Lord and everything. But this new Larry, I don't know him. Who is this? But he's like, you just fantastic.
I appreciate that.
I thank God for you coming. I thank God for you telling your story.
Yeah.
I thank you for gracing me with your presence, being in my home, and allowing me to do this interview. So what is in the future for you?
Well, what is in the future for me? Well, you touched on it a little bit because you said, you know, you like to clean comedy and stuff like that, and cleanliness just really don't sell, especially in the time when we got Sexy Red and she talking about Hellcats, SRTs,
and brown booty hoes. Yeah, don't forget the brown booty hoes. I don't know what this world is coming to, but you know, I probably said worse. But who knows? I ain't talking to America though. Not yet. But it's coming.
Yeah. But I think like for me, like one of my ultimate goals is to be like the Cosby Show, like Bill Cosby. Not the one that put the pills in. I'm talking about the one that
the original old one that was doing right. Before the pills.
Before the pills.
Before the pill Cosby. Before pill Cosby.
Yeah, so I'm trying to be like the Cosby Show. And it's amazing because, and it's always confirmation because, even somebody called me yesterday and was like, man, I hadn't seen you in a while. Where you been at? Well, I've been over here on Instagram, buddy. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, well, I'm over here on YouTube. And I said, well, you know, I'm about to head back over to YouTube at the beginning of December. And when I head back over there, you know, I'm putting a lot of energy and effort into YouTube. And so we was talking, and he was like, man, you know, I just really love it because my wife, my kids, we can sit down, listen to you. We can go through all your stuff, and there's nothing that's going to be like, you know, you're not going to be cursing in it, and there's nothing that's controversial to where it's like you talking about other people or nothing like that. And I was
nothing
like, man.
Messy, nothing controversial.
Yeah.
All of this family oriented.
Yeah, family oriented.
Everybody can sit down and watch this too. And that's rare now.
Yeah.
That's rare. We don't have much of that.
Yeah.
So you are a natural born leader.
Yeah.
Is what you are. You are a trendsetter. You had no idea how big you were going to be, did you?
You know what? I didn't, but at the same time, because when I started doing the social media, when I started, I mean, I've been doing the marketing and stuff. When I started doing the social media in 21, my ultimate goal was to get 10,000 followers. Okay? When I got that, you know, I was like, okay, cool. I never had another goal. So that's why stuff it grows. Like, I got 120,000 on Instagram right now. You know, I got like 80-something on thousand on Facebook, 80-something thousand on TikTok. But I don't have I didn't have no goal. I didn't have nothing to say like, hey, I want to hit 100.
Yeah.
So now I'm about to say that, and I know I'm gonna hit 100 on all of them. Then I'm gonna hit 250, then a million, and then I know I'm gonna have,
It's only up from here.
Yeah, it's only up.
Everywhere you go, it's up.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you what's crazy is about our talent and our gift. God places things in your lap that you don't even know you need, and He makes it easy for us. Yeah. Our talent is so profound that it's not hard for us. It's our passion to love people and to make them laugh and to bring them in and listen to them and motivate them. That's our passion. And I have just found that ever since, I don't know what happened in my life, what was let go and what He wanted out of my life for me to prosper. But ever since then, things have just been landing. Yeah. And I get so emotional about it lately because I see it. I feel it in my soul that this is bigger than me. Yeah. I feel it in my spirit. Did you ever feel a feeling like that?
Yeah, I always knew I was gonna be somebody.
Wow.
Well, I always knew I was gonna, cause when I was younger, my ultimate goal was to be. I wanted to be a kingpin. And so, that was one of my first goals. Okay.
You making my belly shake. What the what?
So I wanted to move that weight.
All right.
Because I seen people. That was the only thing that I could see in my eyes.
Yeah.
Because I seen people with the cars. You see the dudes that got the girls with the big old butts.
That's all we see growing up, though.
Yeah.
We were a product of our environment.
They got a whole lot of money. Okay, I know what I need to do. I need to be above them.
Yep.
I need to be giving them their stuff.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So.
But God had a bigger plan.
He had a bigger and a better plan.
Better.
Yeah.
Say it better. Better.
Yeah, but even when I was drumming, and I still play the drums every now and then, but I knew that if I would have stayed on that path, I was going somewhere down that path. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And also anything I touch, pretty much I know I can stop everything I'm doing right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I have learned things. I continue to evolve. I continue to grow. The person that you meet today, if you interview me a year from now, I'm going to be light years ahead of where I am today. Yeah. Because
I'm coming back for you. When I get to where we're both going to go, but when I get to where I want to go, or want to be, my big goal is to really have my own talk show on national television. Yeah. And when I get there, you're going to again be my first guest.
Okay, cool.
Bet that.
I love it.
Well, I thank you for coming.
I thank you for having me.
And God bless you. And give me some hugs and sugars.
Yeah, it's been a plum-pleasing pleasure.
Plum-pleasing pleasure. Oh, God. Oh, thank you, Lord.
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining us. Y'all have a blessed night.
Groovy. Stay groovy.
Stay groovy.